Hi ladies and gentle people, welcome back. Today we're going to look at future forms, the present simple, present continuous, future simple, will and shall, and going to plus infinitive. I'm doing this in English because it's also for my TTO classes. If you wish there to be a Dutch form variant, just let me know and maybe I'll find a time to make another video. Right, I'm going to do it just like I normally do when explaining tenses. There's always 3 or 4 different parts. There will be the rule, as in what rule does it follow, when do you need to use this. Then the signal words, so how can you recognize that you need to use this form in a sentence. And then the formula, how do you make it? So how do you fill it out if you have to fill that in on a test? And sometimes with number 4, I give you an example sentence that you can use or fill out. And we're back for the third part, the future simple, the will or shall part, and how or when do you use it. So the rule for the future simple, there's a couple of ways that you can use the future simple, the will and shall. But the first one is spontaneous decisions. Or predictions. And it's important to note that these are based on your personal experience, thought, and not on facts. So these are things that you feel like they're going to happen because you've had them happen to you before, for example, and not because you know it's going to happen. So it's quite often your predictions, your opinions. And then the last one, so this is 1, this is 2, and the last one is in offers and suggestions. And then you use shall. And it's quite often with I and we. Right, so that's the rule. So there's 3 different instances when you use them: the spontaneous decisions, the predictions based on your personal experience, and then the offers. And then how can you really see that you'd have to use it here? We don't really have a set word for it, but you have to look for the spontaneous decisions. And quite often there you can see it in reaction to the circumstances. And that's the signal. So what I mean by that is, for example, you see someone struggling and you say, wait, I'll help you carry those bags. So you see something happening right now and you say that you will do something in the future, and then you use will or shall. And the same goes for the offers or suggestions. So shall I help you with those bags? You can say it that way as well. So it's an offer that you make that you can do in the future. And for the predictions, I think I'll go and study this afternoon. So it's a prediction or a thing that you think will happen, but it's quite spontaneous because maybe you had other plans. So we'll go to the formula next. And again, we have the positives. So it's just will plus verb. And in the negative, it's won't plus a verb. And in the question is shall plus verb. And of course, there's also the will plus verb. This one we use with I and we. In the questions, there is the possibility to use the shall plus the verb and the shan't plus verb. in the positive and negative senses, but it's very archaic. We don't really use that anymore. So will and won't will help you in this part, and the shall is an offer in the I and the we department. I'll give you some examples. Cool, and I've written down 3 different examples. The first one is the positive. Wait, I'll help you carry those bags. So it's saying, in this moment, that's the signal. I'll help you carry those bags. That's the future will plus verb. Second one, okay, that was tough. In a situation that you were just in and you're deciding, I won't do that again. Off the table, it's a spontaneous decision that you make on the spot because that was really tough. And then it's a negative won't plus verb. The third one is the question. I've written down 2 options, the one with will and the one with shall. Will you marry me? That's a question that people often ask. In the future simple, will you marry me? Not that it's a spontaneous decision, but it's an offer or suggestion that you want someone else to say yes to, obviously. And the second one is an offer as well. Shall I help you with the groceries? And here you see the difference with I and we, or shall we help you with the groceries? Then we use the shall, and the rest of the pronouns we use will.